One of the strongest Cryo unit in game is having her rerun. Our Cryo Queen Ayaka has been a staple in the Spiral Abyss due to her very powerful freeze teams. But did you know she also works well with Dendro? Hi, this is Albedo, and today let's talk about Ayaka Hyperfridge teams. The term Hyperfridge comes from the words Hyperbloom and Fridge. Fridge is a term coined by the community to describe a bloom team where Cryo is added. Here, a Dendro and Hydro unit forms Dendro cores, inflicting Dendro damage when it explodes. A Cryo unit works well with bloom teams as Cryo and Dendro do not interact with each other. Because of this, certain enemies can be frozen while Dendro cores are formed, providing both damage and crowd control. Now, when Dendro cores are inflicted by Electro, Hyperbloom reaction will be triggered, resulting to a higher Dendro damage, and that is basically Hyperfridge. Ayaka's Hyperfridge build is very similar to her Freeze Team builds. Use the following weapons, with MEOW being the best FTP option to address her ER needs. Use the following artifacts. Focus on achieving around 150% ER before getting other offensive stats, as she will be the solo Cryo unit here. Do not obsess too much on getting perfect stats, as Hyperbloom will be the main source of damage here. For Ayaka Hyperfridge to work, you need to team her up with the following. A consistent Dendro applicator like Nahida, who is the top choice due to her EM boosting ability, as well as her high personal damage. Yaoya will also work well, plus she heals. Dendro MC and Kole are great FTP options. Next is a Hydro unit. Ayato for on-field damage, Xingqiu and Yelan for off-field damage are great. I do not recommend Child since he has a high skill cooldown. Kokomi and Barbara for healing are also great choices. Lastly, a full EM build Electro unit is needed to trigger Hyperbloom. Lisa is an awesome FTP option. Kuka Shinobu will be the top choice for this, as she heals as well. And at C2, she has 100% skill uptime to consistently hit Dendro cores. EM build Raiden, Yae Miko, and Fischl are also options. However, you can use them for other teams to output more damage. Sadly, Beto's burst change won't trigger Hyperbloom. Now let's practice the team rotation. Your team rotation will differ depending on your team comps. But here are my general recommendations, just adjust accordingly. Apply your Dendro and Hydro first to produce the Dendro cores. Next, use Ayaka's skill and burst to freeze the enemies. Then apply your Electro to trigger Hyperbloom. But take note that applying Hydro then Cryo will remove Hydro aura to the enemies, so make sure that you apply Dendro before Cryo to produce Dendro cores. Again, these are just suggestions, so feel free to adjust and experiment. Although fun to use, Ayaka Hyperfridge still has considerations and cons. Number 1. Since Ayaka is the sole Cryo here, her ER requirements are higher. To solve this, your Hydro and Dendro characters can equip Favonius weapons to produce energy. I do not recommend equipping your Electro unit with Favonius so they can focus on stacking EM. Equipping F2P Sword Amenoma to Ayaka will make your gameplay easier. Number 2. Larger enemies will not be frozen by Ayaka, so this team is best used to several small enemies. Number 3. Ayaka's role here will be crowd control plus additional damage, not a main damage dealer, so do not expect big numbers on her burst. But worry not, as Hyperbloom will make up for this. On to my favorite part. Let's now test Ayaka Hyperfridge.
Dance with me! Ring cutter! My apologies! Sakura swirl! The show's only just begun! Illusion shot! Illusion shot! Busted! Game's up! Fire's over!
Let's end this now!
Sakura swirl! Take flight!
I really hope you enjoyed this guide. If you do, please subscribe to my channel for more Genshin Impact content. Also, I'll soon be streaming here on YouTube. So I'd like to know, what Genshin Impact livestream content would you like to see? Comment your answers. Again, this is Albedo. See you next time.